Yeah, and I mean, honestly, favorable situation here for Sleeping. They get that 1-game lead, so if they can just start with the momentum building process, get another win, then, this is just a regular best of 3 for them. For Empty, it's going to be about just playing their style. They've been on a bit of a roll, as we've seen the lower bracket, taking out Nameless, and if they can keep up how they were playing in that game, I have no doubt they can make this close with Sleeping.
They definitely can. As we get in the way here, Sleeping, as I said, 1-game advantage already to their name here, as Impressive tries to get the early goal, won't be able to this time around, as will be Sleeping looking to try and make an early foray into their opponent's attacking half, won't be able to at the moment, so Empty getting the early advantage here. TRK though will try and clear out, won't be able to, so Venom will do so. And well, this is going to be interesting to see what happens here, because as we saw in the last time we saw these two teams fight, there was a bit of a mix of different styles. So we saw a bit of slow play at the start, but then, especially in those final few games, we just saw so much attacking pressure from both sides. It eventually worked out in Sleeping's favor after forcing Empty to cause a couple of massive errors, as, well, Empty, they're going very close here. Venom's just getting to save his time, but yeah, as I was going to say, Empty will be looking to make amends for that here. They haven't done so just yet, but with the opening minute only gone, they still have plenty of time to get those goals onto the board and pull off an upset.
Yeah, both teams just trying to find some sort of chance, some sort of lucky break for themselves to get on the board early. Faisal keeping it away from Twiz. He'll just get it back instead, throw it to the corner. Impressive. Doesn't get a touch on it, so it'll just be redirected towards midfield. Venom has a shot on target. Twiz redirects for the save towards the corner. These are for SMW. Bit of a still battle here as Faisal and SMW going right at it. Not a lot of boost to work with, though, however, for both of them, as Venom will keep it up in the air, keep it in a precarious situation, and Empty will just leave it away once again, and we go back and forth we go. Faisal trying to drop it down. Bit of a miss angle as he leads it towards Venom, and just like that, these small opportunities that each team are getting, and it kind of looks like Empty, they're on the back foot for a little bit.
They are on the back foot a little bit here, but most of the opportunities had from Sleeping, they've been very tight chances that really needs a lot to go their way. So, well, while Empty are looking physically on the back foot here, they will get the early goal. SMW allowed to push forward. He had to use all the might of his car just to break in, but he eventually does so, and that will be Empty for 1-goal advantage.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Sleeping. They just could not get the defense there in time, and well, SMW, the man, the myth, the legend that takes full advantage. Impressive, trying to continue this onslaught, but won't find the back of the net just yet, as SMW will back off as well. Both teams already playing very aggressively, especially Empty, who have really just turned up a notch. They're playing like they were before, and I remember in last series these two teams played against, after game 1, it felt like, Empty just kind of let off a little bit the gas and just kind of played a little slower than they used to. I like how now, out of game 1, out of the gates, they're playing aggressively and they're going for the chances that they want to go for.
Yeah, they're going for the, as you said, they're going for the plays they want to. So Venom, though, as the ball just gets popped straight up for him. SMW with a bit of a mistake there. Wells Faisal was just to send it across the face, and yeah, Venom just puts it in a spot no one is defending. A very hard shot to hit, but he does so, and that's the equalizer. So yeah, the pace has worked out for Empty so far, but now here we go. Sleeping, they've awoken from their little slumber they've had waiting for the games to go through, and well, Venom is looking for a few goals. He won't be able to do so. TRK, he goes mildly close, but will be saved away by Impressive. And yeah, this is probably the moments where Empty, they need to really hold firm here, because once again, the opportunities are starting to come to the side of Sleeping, and they're not those marginal plays. They're plays that more often than not, their opponents can't convert. So they need to just be very strong defense in the next minute or so to try and hold off the attack. It looks like they've done so, and they're looking to go back onto the attack themselves.
Yeah, just a little bit of cheeky play in the corner, trying to get something done. Venom will lead this off, but Impressive actually another whiff. SMW has some time to work with, actually sets it up for an Impressive shot, but nothing will fall. Twiz sets it for SMW. No boost to work with, however, so they're not really able to do much. And they're not back on defense. That might be it off the... Oh, so good from Faisal. He gets the touch correctly, and it just goes right up into the net. And we're talking about this aggression, this onslaught going over and over and over again. Unfortunately, you're not going to be back on defense, and Faisal takes full advantage, boots it downfield, and gets a pretty free goal. And now the momentum is completely in Sleeping's favor.
Yeah, Faisal got a goal like that earlier on in the women's final as well. It was a bit higher that time around, but still, it was over-aggression from Empty that just led to an open net, and Faisal had to just slide it on in. So, yeah, that's something else that Empty really needs to be worried about. I've pointed out a few times, but they can be a team that over-aggresses too much, and they just leave no one behind, even in the midfield, to defend, to make those rotations back. Normally, it doesn't really matter that much for them, but especially against a team like Sleeping, who is very proficient in the counter-attacks, and you need to be very careful of that. They can go aggressive, but they just can't go balls to the wall, because if they continue to do so, then their opponents are just going to have free reign overhead, and they're just going to get goals left, right, and center.
Yeah, absolutely. Twiz able to redirect that away, and for SMW and company, this is their last chance. 15 seconds to go. They got to make something happen, got to get a goal to drop. Then I'm going to leave that down. SMW puts it for impressive. It's a good shot. It's a good goal. Yeah. And just like that, it's a tied game with 11 seconds left, and finally Empty show life in this series.
Venom, he just tries to pop it onto the backboard. SMW reads it immediately, and he just needs to get the pass up to Impressive. No one marking him. And just like that, the equalizer comes through, and overtime might just be beckoning here in the first game played of the grand final. Remember, the winner will pick up $250 US. Second place gets $100. So
no,
it's money for them, but oh god, that went so close to TRK, as overtime will begin here in game number 2. And well, it's still an even team's game to pick up.
Yeah, and this is a very crucial game for both teams. You do not want to be down 2-0 in a best-of-7 format. You do not want to have that burden on you! And they won't, as Impressive gets the pass from Twiz. So quick, 13 seconds out of the gate, and finally Empty. They're going to take game 2 in this series.
Yeah, Twiz and Impressive to line up for that one there. Twiz just getting the perfect pass, beats out Faisal. And there was no one there that could save it, and that will be Empty picking up the first game played. It ties the series up in 1-1, but no, that means they've picked up the first game played. More often than not, we know what happens to a team who wins the first game.
That's true.
But even with that aside, Empty definitely turned up. There was a few worried moments, especially on their attack, where they did over-aggress and he did get punished for it. But still, that is positive signs for Empty. They needed that win to get the monkey off their back early on, and now let's see if they can keep that going, because I mean, Empty are going to be Sleeping are going to be a team that will be knocking on the door. They were so in the first game played there, but Empty were really able to just minimize their chances, and when Empty did allow Sleeping to have a shot on, most of the time, especially in the attacking third, it was always pretty much against the back wall. It was always those very tight shots that were very, very hard to convert. So they keep doing that, keep restricting Sleeping's easy chances. And they have a very good shot of pulling off the upset here, but they need to keep that defense strong, and they need to make sure they keep those over-aggressions to a minimum, because as we saw there, Sleeping, they will take advantage when they can, and when they do get the ball in a very good situation, more often than not, they do convert.
Yeah, and for Sleeping, it's about resetting the mental. As Venom going to try to do just that, go for an aggressive play early, but won't really just fizzle out into anything much, as Faisal going to give up the pressure and going so aggressive. TRK actually whipped as well. Venom going to be there in the midfield, and just like that, these teams already out in the open, going so aggressively. Impressive has the dump back to SMW. Beautiful team play! All three members touch the ball, and it's a goal for Empty. Beautiful teamwork. Twiz back to Impressive, and SMW with the finish.
Yeah, that was just perfect team play there. Really leaving their opponents in a bit of a top ball, and they couldn't do too much leaving, could they? They had to try and read all three players. A bit of a tough task, and when SMW just puts it on the near side, it doesn't even lob it that high as well. He keeps it relatively close to the car's height and wide, and well, it's just worked out perfectly for him here. Impressive. Looks for a dunk down. Venom has to go for the save. Sorry, that wasn't a dunk. That was a lob, but still saved nonetheless. But yeah, this is the perfect start for Empty here as they look for another, but Faisal will steal the ball away here. But yeah, sleeping at the moment. They're on the back foot. Make that 2 foots behind as Twiz will get the second goal.
And just to increase the cushion further, Twiz able to work the corner. SMW misses, but Twiz has us back and gets a freebie, and that's under a minute. So a lot of time left for sleeping, but at the same time, Empty can start to take control of this game and look to play a lot safer and just go for a lot of teamwork plays and go for a lot of stuff that is bound to work.
Yeah, if they keep going for these team plays, I might put sleeping into a bit of a tricky spot here because remember, they are the progressors from the winners final. They've already lost that one map advantage straight off the bat here, and they'll be looking to try and recover. So they go 2 down early on. That's gonna be massive for them. They're gonna have to try and rally back from that really tricky point. But the question is, can they do it? Well, I suppose we'll find out in the next few moments. But 2-goal advantage over towards Empty. Normally those leads stay strong, especially in these fights. So, that how's that gone in? Just where are the defenders?
Don't know.
Tell me, Camel, where?
Like
that should not have gone in normally. But, yeah, okay. Oh, he got stuck on the wall.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it. Oh man, I don't know. It's like, just feels like a total mental boom from sleeping. And this is not what we saw in the previous series. It was sleeping, beating them, 6-2 or 7-1 or whatever it was, something crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they scored 4 goals in a minute on this team, so a beautiful defensive play by Twiz there. It is just insane to me how different this team looks, rather Empty, as Venom tries to get that forward, can't even get anything to fall, and it really just feels like one of these games where you are just not going to be able to find the net.
Yeah, that's the case of sleeping at the moment, and yeah, a team that won in the last series 6-3. They're now being dunked on, although Faisal, that's not a bad goal, but do say so myself, gets it off the ceiling, just controls it through, gets a little flick as well off the reset, and yeah, that is a great play from Faisal, but will it be enough to relight the fire in his team's belly? We'll find out in the next 2.9 seconds.
Yeah, and we've seen, Empty actually a lot of times come back from those 4-1, 4-2 deficits and make it work, but TRK going to try to flick over one, gets Faisal involved as well off the corner. They're going to pass it through midfield. TRK might be able to do that, but Twiz, once again, right place, right time, able to save that. Another offensive opportunity snubbed away from sleeping Faisal. Gonna push this towards midfield. TRK has some room to work with the SMW. Just gonna tip this away once again and leave it out of play. Good bump there as well by Empty, just doing everything correct, just trying and limiting the opportunities that sleeping are getting, and it really just has not been a lot of offense coming through from sleeping. Only 4 shots on target. They have not gone the offense that they've wanted, that we've seen throughout this final and throughout these, games. It really just feels like they're totally up against a totally new, different Empty team. Yeah,
this Empty team seems like to be reborn here, as that will be the brace for SMW. And that's the 3-goal lead once again regained here for Empty. So, yeah, this is probably looking donezo for game number 3, as this is really odd to see from sleeping. I mean, we saw Empty falter like this towards the end of the winners final, but yeah, you would think sleeping would have had all the advantage. They had the momentum, they had all the chances going through, and now they're just getting dunked on. Twiz with a beautiful play there, and well, what can he do right now to sleeping? You have to reset, that's the only thing.
Yeah, and the funny thing is we were saying the exact same thing about Empty, saying, they need to reset after getting 5-1 from sleeping. So, I mean, it's a totally different team. I don't know if it's, the comms or whatever, like, someone just got some water. I don't know what it is, but they're playing totally different. They look like a totally new squad, and it's really been working. They are absolutely destroying sleeping currently. No, wait, brilliant. Yeah, you're right. They are just destroying it. They're just dominating this. So many purges to use, but it doesn't really convey what's happening here and what we were expecting. Empty, we thought they were going to be competitive, but
we weren't thinking they were just going to dominate like this in one of the games. I mean, yeah, this is, for me at least, this is a massive leap from what I was expecting to happen. I was thinking Sleeping might be 2-1 or going to be 2-1 ahead at the end of this game. At the moment, it's going to be empty with a 2-1 advantage here as TRK gets a nice redirect there to get another goal in what is effectively garbage time at the moment. But yeah, this is a Sleeping team we weren't expecting to see. But now they're going to have to try, rally back and regather that form they once had.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very difficult, especially when you're not getting a lot of shots on target. They need to get more than 6 shots on target if they want to stand a chance, especially against Empty, who are so aggressive with the ball and go for shots all the time, make plays all the time. Impressive, going to try to juke away from Faisal, won't work. And won't get the cheeky goal for his highlight reel, and TRK going to dribble over one. Won't find much of anything, and it'll just go back and forth. And really, you know, Chris, how does a team like Sleeping rebound from a loss like this, where you're losing this hard? It's 6-2, the mental's not there. What do you do as a team, whether it's comms, whether it's strategy, to change how the game is going?
Oh, well, it really depends on what team you're with at the moment. For some teams it might be simple as a card change, you know, they might move to Authentic or they might move to an Octane, depending on what they have. For others, it's just maybe taking that full minute to just get the comms cleared, just to have a few breaths and drinking water to reset. And some, they might just be having a frank discussion saying, this is what happened, this is what we need to fix. But yeah, for Sleeping, it's going to be interesting to see what they do here, because, I mean, in all fairness, they've been playing the same style as they have been for the past 5 games, really. And well, it just hasn't worked out. Empty's finally caught their number, so I think they just need a style readjustment here, because if this continues on, Empty, they're just going to start dominating, and from having that 1-0 advantage, they could be destroyed 4-1.
Yeah, when you give SMW 7 shots on target, he's gonna eventually make some. That's just how it works. He is such an offensive weapon that you can't afford to give him 7 shots on target, especially when Sleeping's defense has stepped up before. We've seen their defense, you know, deny Empty time in and time out, and they need to do it here. They need to step up, or they're going to go down 3-1 in this series, and that is not a place you want to be in a best of 7, especially after you were given a win. So they haven't even technically won a game. They're still searching for it. That may also be a morale boost for Empty as well.
Yeah, if you're Empty right now, you must be on a high at the moment. It's really been strong stuff for him here in this grand final series, and well, if they keep this up, Sleeping in a really big rut. But we'll find out, I suppose, over the next 5 minutes to see if they'll pick up that championship point. But here we go. Game number 4 underway here. Media demo there for Faisal. Twizzo will get some sort of retribution. And that's something I also want to point out. There hasn't really been a lot of demos. Just like Winners Final, no real demos early on, but they started to come through into the later games. Will we see that same pattern once again?
Yeah, Faisal, you know, hears you out, starts demoing a little more, and I think it'll work for Sleeping to start demoing, start kind of slowing the pace down, because it feels like Empty just do whatever they want when they want. They don't really care what Sleeping has to say, and Faisal in the corner has some work to do, but once again, Twiz able to redirect that towards midfield. TRK touches it as well, and SMW will just move it away. Twiz has some work to do. Impressive, actually. Will take a shot for it. Twiz keeping it in the corner, has another touch, has another one with him, but another demo, and like we're talking about, this is working. It's snuffing out these opportunities. SMW not able to get involved, and it's working for them, and this shot might just tip in. Really good save from SMW to leave that away. And another demo. I mean, they're going for so many, and it's kind of working so far.
Yeah, that's about 5 demos already within the opening minute here, and yeah, they are stifling the attack out a little bit here of Empty, but in saying that, Empty, they're still bringing the ball forward, they're still getting the chances, and they haven't really been hemmed into their own defense, so it is working a little bit, but it's just not working probably as good as they were hoping for, as SMW gets one back on Faisal. This is a really interesting point where Sleeping are at the moment. They're starting to wrap out of their shell. They're starting to go back onto the attack here, but Empty have just been able to continually stop them before it gets a bit dangerous. SMW, a nice attempt there, putting on the backboard and trying to angle it in. Won't be able to this time around. Ball now starts to fly back, but this is going to be very crucial here. They're going to need to try maybe something positional wise. Maybe they put the man onto the opposition backboard, try to get that man forward where you go for the long pass, he's going to be there to try for the dunk. We haven't really seen that too often tonight. Maybe a glimmer in one of the earlier games if I remember correctly, but yeah, something like that could just work out for Sleeping, but at the moment they're just sticking to pretty traditional Rocket League here, and well, that's not working out for them at the moment.
And a bit of a stalemate so far, back and forth. No real team getting any real opportunities. TRK gonna go under the defense, and he goes under 3 defenders. As I say that, it was a brilliant pass from Faisal off the top. He's just able to drop it down for TRK, and oh my God, Twiz got a touch on it, but just couldn't contain it.
Yeah, TRK gets a secondary touch there, and that is just enough to slam it on through. Very good stuff there, Twiz, just to get to the ball in the first place, but just wasn't enough to keep it out here. Allison going for a long ranger just off the kickoff. Won't be able to send it in. He loses control, but might just work out. Twiz shoots and scores! Equalizer straight back to the side of Empty, and we're tied up with 2 minutes 22 remaining.
And the bounce just does not go Sleeping's way. It just falls right into Twiz's hands. Venom not able to chase and get him, and just a free shot, and he's going to take it all the way. And just like that, we have a tied game again. And for Empty, it's just about maintaining control. TRK trying to take matters into his own hands. Going for an aggressive arrow shot, won't find it. Venom gets a whiff, and SMW air dribbling over one, sets it up for Twiz. Are they going to leave it for Impressive? The answer is yes. He'll pop it over TRK, and this is just a free goal. A beautiful show of teamwork there. And Empty are just toying with the defense at this point.
That was perfect. Perfect play there from the side of Empty. Most of the defenders are in the midfield. They're already behind their opponents, and in front of their opponents, and there's only one player there, and they knew they had numbers. They just needed to bait them out. They do so, and that was just an easy goal for them at the end, or an easy finish to wrap it all up. So that is good heads-up knowledge of the game state. As Faisal just brings it in from downtown, gets the 1-2 to himself, and just like that, we're back equalized.
Yeah, Impressive had a really awkward angle there. Couldn't get up in time. Didn't have enough boost to work with. Faisal just able to dunk it on the Empty defense. And now we have a tied game here, and it's starting to get interesting. TRK wins out the 50-50, has some work to do, but Impressive, another really good clear away to force out these opportunities. Faisal once again getting involved, trying to make something happen. And definitely turning up a gear is Sleeping. They're playing a lot more aggressively, kind of just bucking the trend of what they've been doing a lot previously. Another shot on target. SMW doesn't get a touch on it. And that's going to be a regretful situation as Sleeping gets another goal. And just like that, Sleeping at the lead.
Yep, Sleeping back in the lead here. SMW trying desperately to find the crossbar. He does so, but it's on the undercarriage, and that will just send it in with 90 seconds remaining on the clock here. So regain the lead here. They're getting those players going once again, and that's something I pointed out earlier. Empty were doing well because it was just forcing them into the marginal plays on defense. They're now getting the open chances just like that, and then taking it by the horns. 2 goals lead with a minute 15 remaining. That could just be that for game number 4.
Yeah, but we've seen what Empty can do. When they are down, they do have a way of getting back into games. It's going to be interesting here, especially now in the grand finals. Can they get something working? It's really going to have to be some monumental errors coming through from Sleeping. Really something crazy. Going to give it up. Impressive actually gets a pretty good shot. Venom go to redirection towards the corner, but they're going to keep up the pressure. 1 minute remaining though. Venom just going to dump it downfield, get more time off of this clock. SMW trying to get something going. Hasn't had much to say, and Venom only 70 points, and his team is up 2 goals. I mean, Chris, what do you think about that?
Yeah, Venom's been very quiet this game. He's getting a few touches there, but Twiz just forces it through. Any player there would have just been in a lot of strife with just as Venom was there,
Oh
but
my
just
God.
look at the control from Twiz. He gets bumped. He gets bumped, but he somehow is able to regain control mid-flight and get it off the boot. That is unbelievable stuff there from Twiz, and that could just be the catalyst of an unbelievable comeback. 30 seconds remaining. It's possible, but TRK says no to that. He just sends one in on the near side, and that's a 2-goal lead back up to sleep.
Yeah, absolute heartbreaker. Twiz just doesn't get the right touch on it. TRK reads it all the way, and they're going to take another 2-goal lead. It'll have to be another miracle coming out from Empty, but they had that right there. They had a goal ready. They had the attempts there, but just couldn't finish. Venom will get over one. That might be enough time off the clock, and they're just going to let it run, and it might be another goal as well. TRK gets a flick. It's really close. A beautiful save coming in from Twiz. Not willing to give up the game just yet. They're going to give it for SMW. Try to get him working. Nothing will fall, and Faisal going to get another freebie, a 3-goal lead once again. And really just looking so deadly right now is Sleeping. Everything's clicking, and they're firing on all cylinders.
It's taken them up to game 4 to do it, but yeah, they finally got back into the series here. And they'll equalize the series score at 2 each. So both teams are only needing 2 more to win. As time just ticks away, he Impressive doesn't want to let it drag on any further. He's ready for game number 5 in a few moments' time. And well, this is going to turn into a very, very interesting finish here, Camel.
Yeah, and just look at the point difference. I mean, really, you know, Faisal 800 points, TRK 500 points, Venom only 200 points. He was definitely not as much involved in the offensive plays as much as TRK and Faisal were. He was just, you know, being a defender, being a body, just stopping Twiz and SMW from doing what they want. Twiz had a hat trick this game. All 3 shots he took went in, but at the end of the day, just could not get enough goals to make it count. Too much offense coming through from Sleeping. And if you're Empty, you got to control the next game. You have to make sure that you get this next win. Game 5 is such a pivotal game in a best of 7. Whoever wins this, just 1 win away. The momentum, the pressure is off. It's really all in your favor. So this next game is so important for both teams.
Yeah, this, as we said, this game's so important. I honestly think whoever wins this game will probably come out with the $250 and the victory at the end of the day here. It feels like a game where that momentum will be oh so critical heading into the final few, that if you have that 1 game advantage, it feels like your opponent will just be done. That's how it feels like for me. So I really think this will be the pivotal game of this series. Let's see who'll pick it out. Empty or Sleeping. Game 5 gets underway here, and it's going to work on the kickoff's going to work out well for the side of Empty. They get the first chance here, but TRK is going to try and clear it out.
Oh, he's got some dribble moves here. Gets over 1, gets over 2, has not a lot of boost to work with. He'll just try to slam it off the backboard, but not a good enough touch to make anything work. Venom will try as well, but a good clear from Impressive. But more pressure coming out from TRK and Co. They're going to try to keep this in. A really solid pass actually does not go through. Good defense by Impressive to snuff out that opportunity. SMW will try to go for something here. Really solid pass, but Impressive not a good enough position to make it work. And we go into this deadlock. We go into just teams battling back and forth, trying to gain position. Go for some of these demos we've been seeing, and it's really been Faisal doing a ton of demos this game, in this series rather, and it's been working.
Yeah, I think demos have really helped them out in the, well, definitely in the 3rd game, in our last game, game number 4, where we really saw the demos come out to play, and we did see Sleeping start to slowly nudge Empty out of the attackers. We get to see another one there, TRK taking out Impressive. Yeah, something that teams do tend to forget sometimes. Demos can be such a crucial part of gameplay. And when they're used effectively, especially on attack, just taking out the man who's expected to take the ball next, that just destroys momentum, and that just gives the team who's demoing the opportunity to get the counter going. Them going very, very close there, but bigger counters, Impressive. Oh, if he got to that, that was in for all money, but at the moment, we're still tied up at 0-0. Never mind.
And TRK just gets another beautiful pass. I feel like we've seen this before so many times. Just a pass towards midfield. Venom doesn't touch it. TRK just hammers it home, and the defense not able to get to it in time. And once again, Empty on the back foot, sleeping, trying to make something work and trying to win this game 5. It's coming down to the wire here. I mean, 1 goal in 2 minutes. That has not been the case for a lot of these games. It's been high energy, high paced action. And finally, with a beautiful pass, actually, it's TRK back to Faisal, back to TRK! And the 2-man game so strong. TRK popping off 2 goals in 2 minutes for sleeping.
Yeah, TRK just popped off there back-to-back in very quick succession. And that's going to give Sleeping a 2-goal lead here. Empty, they're not really doing anything wrong at the moment. They're just being outpositioned, and yes, just very hard for him to try and counter that, especially with how fluid, especially TRK has been over the past minute or so. He's been very hard to mark, and well, when you're trying to mark him, he normally just gets a demo off anyway. So it's been a very hard, slog for them to try and get to him, but yeah, now they really need to try and tighten ranks, get those opportunities going. Here's one, Twiz will shoot, he sends it a tad too high. Second chance will be too slow, and Venom clears it out of danger. So yeah, we're starting to see Empty once again being brought out of their shell, but Sleeping, they're already starting to run the rings around him here as SMW forced to make the save onto the backboard. And if you are a fan of Empty, well, you're gonna have to be very nervous right now. They need to converge soon, but Venom will continue to deny them that opportunity.
And just so much pressure coming out from Sleeping, and Empty aren't able to get much done. Another really good save coming out from TRK, and another pass towards midfield. SMW is there. Twiz on the redirect, has the backboard ready. Gonna do 1, gonna go 2. SMW is there, but Faisal able to clear it down midfield, keep it in the corner, but more pressure coming out from SMW. Good bump on a TRK. That might create the space. It won't. Venom with a beautiful save. It's still in play. Can they do anything with this? TRK will boot it downfield, and a remarkable save by this Sleeping defense.
Venom pretty much trying to use the rear of his car, somehow just gets a save off in the nick of time, and that could just get his team secured in this game number 5. 1 away from victory in the series overall, as they look to just continue to clear out the ball. And yeah, Empty, they had so many chances to break through. They were oh so close, but that defense so darn strong from their opponents holds them out. SMW will eventually sink that one in, but you just have to wonder, is this all a little too late?
Yeah, because we've seen, this before where a team maybe has a chance after, but then, Faisal, TRK, Venom, they just go into a total defensive mode, and that's probably what they're going to do here. They might try to get a cushion, might try to get 1 more goal, but if this kickoff goes poorly, they might be in trouble as TRK will be forced to clear it away. They have this goal advantage, going for 1 dribble, going for 2, gets another touch on it, but we'll just keep it up in the air and try to stall for time. Same with Venom, he'll boot it down. And smart play so far. They're limiting the chances, but they have one here, and SMW was just about there with the touch, but once again, not getting it, just barely off target. Venom maybe going for a bump, won't find it, and 30 seconds remaining for Empty. They gotta work with it now. SMW will get a flick onto 1, trying to get the flip resets, trying to make his way forward, but just not enough time. Another boot downfield for TRK, wasting more time off the clock. 10 or 15 seconds to go, rather. SMW gonna leave it towards midfield. Venom once again intercepting that shot, gonna touch it once again, waste more and more time. Demo from Faisal, or from Twiz rather. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and this could be the end. They gotta get this up, and it will be up. TRK just needs to let this hit the ground. Don't touch it anymore. He won't. It'll drop in midfield. Sleeping win game number 5.
Yeah, after all that attack for Empty, they were only able to find 1 goal from it. Not enough to equalize, and that will be match and championship point, matter of fact, given over to Sleeping. 1 away from taking it all here at the first overlap cup for the Middle East. And well, the way that game went, Sleeping had the early aggression early, but then Empty took control. But that defense from Sleeping was all-star level. That was unbelievable stuff, especially from Venom, who continually came back just to get those saves and keep his team with that 2-goal advantage at the time. It's if they keep that up in Game 6, it's over. There's no question for me.
Yeah, an impressive, not his best game here. Only 58 points. Really was not involved. And we see impressive as one of the top players on this empty squad who really facilitates this offense well. And he just wasn't able to get going. Credit that to Sleeping for stopping his chances and making sure he doesn't get onto the ball. If they can continue to do that, it could look the same for Game 6. And this is a game-deciding match here. Sleeping win this, it's over. They win the pot. They are done. They are your overlap Middle East champions. But for Empty, it's about redemption. It's about clawing their way back. They already lost to Sleeping once. You don't want to lose to them again, especially in the grand final.
Yeah, this is it here for Empty. No other way of putting it. This is a last chance to recover. Can they do it? Well, early doors, they nearly let Venom through the gates early, but luckily they just hold on. Venom was a little bit too wide there, and they will keep the scores at 0 early on here. Empty, once again, they're looking to go on the attack early here, but they need to make it count. That's the thing that they didn't do when they had that 60-second streak of pretty much non-stop attack. They go on the attack, they need to see it, they need to see results. They don't do that. That just allows a counter-attack opportunity from their opponents. And we saw earlier in the series, especially from Faisal, if you go a bit too far up front, he'll just pop one on top and you won't be able to save it.
I think also what was crucial is the demos. We didn't see a lot of them. We saw one there, but the demos create so much space for your team. And if you're able to get them successfully, you are able to create a lot of chances. Faisal at a really difficult angle made it work a little bit. Another demo from Venom sets up TRK for the middle field. He's gonna get a really easy shot, and a minute elapsed, and TRK gets a first goal for Sleeping. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, TRK just simple, easy, effective. It's gonna fall, and for impressive, just barely not there in time.
Yeah, Venom drags out all the defenders from the net. He also gets a demo as well, the boo. Just sets it up perfectly for TRK, who's unmarked because of it. And yeah, that's going to be the opening goal to Sleeping here. So this attacking phase now from Empty, even more crucial. They need to find a goal sooner rather than later. Because as I said, their opponents will eventually find yet another hole to break through. And they will find another goal from it. So this is going to be also crucial to find a goal pretty much now from their side of Empty, but they won't be able to. TRK eventually clears out the ball from danger. Venom's going to try and follow through. Puts it into the center. SMW doesn't get the touch, but leaves it to Impressive, who finds Twiz as well. TRK reads play well low. Goes up, nearly finds Venom, but Venom's just a little bit too far back to pick up the ball. And well, this is a perfect scenario to be in for Sleeping. He was just having that one goal advantage, puts so much pressure on their opponents that if they literally cause one mistake for their opposition, that could be 2 goals and that could be it.
Yeah, and for Empty, this is it. This is their last chance, like you've been preaching this whole game. If they give up another freebie like that, but SMW barely saving that one. A really awkward touch almost spelled doom for Empty, but TRK just going to boot this downfield once again. Twiz sets up Faisal actually for a decent shot. SMW will tip that away. Almost got bumped actually. TRK has the double dunk ready. Gonna slide it in!
God.
So clean off the ceiling, and TRK makes it look easy. And that very well may be the dagger, as this is game 6 of the grand finals for Sleeping.
That is a perfect waterfall. No other way of putting it. TRK set that to a T, and he has just sent it in on that final touch. That is very, very impressive stuff. That's a championship winning shot, if I do say so myself. As Twiz looks to try and recover something as we click past the halfway mark, or possibly the last time in this tournament. And well, it's Empty. They've fought on well, but once again, that Sleeping Beast has awoken, and well, they have turned up the fire immensely, especially with demos, especially with those tricky attempts. They just continue to pile on the pressure on their opponents, who is doing the same on the other side of the field, but they're just swallowing up the defense, and they're doing it well. Just like that, Venom, that third man in effectively, clears it out perfectly, just sends it to the other side of the field without much help. And well, that's a massive problem for Empty, because they keep getting those clears that just drains time. And that's also what they need to do, mind you. They keep draining time, they get very, very close to reaching their target.
Yeah, TRK going to continue this pressure, and 1 minute 30 seconds left to go for sleeping, and they will be your overlap Middle East champions. They're trying to do just that. Empty trying to say something about it. They haven't had a lot of offense going so far. Only 4 shots on target, so they haven't had a ton of chances, but they've been making what they can. SMW going to redirect that for TRK, actually. Bit of a mistouch. Venom won't even contest. Twiz has some time to work with, has it off the backboard. Once again, though, Venom in position, clearing it away. And all of this time being eaten up. It's so much time for Empty that they really don't have. They need to start creating opportunities. And just this ball rolling down, just demos each like that. It's opening up so much space, and TRK will send the dagger through the heart all by himself. 3 goals, a hat trick for TRK in the deciding match in the grand final.
One way to get the hat trick as well, just leave your opponents effectively in the dust. Demo as well from Faisal to cap it all off. That has just been the quintessential play here from Sleeping over the past few games. It's been Demo's teamwork setups into a very easy to execute shot. It's happened again, and this time probably to end it all up. And well, TRK's got a quad up. That's this man's on fire.
I mean, TRK just took matters into his own hands. And I mean, at that point, you know, 4-0, 40 seconds left. I think Twiz just had enough. I think Twiz actually just kind of threw it in. So 30 seconds to go. All I'm going to say is TRK just dominated by himself pretty much. Just took matters into his own hands, said, I'm not going to a Game 7. And, hey, he did it. Credit to him, he did it. No Game 7. It's over.
And again, another demo into a very good shot there from Faisal. As impressive. Well, he's done with this game. He's left. And, well, there's only one player left. It's SMW as, well, there wasn't really much enter as all, but this all but confirms it, ladies and gentlemen, your victory.